Black Widow, releasing July 9th, which includes Black Widow. Well, yeah, Sherlock, but what does Black Widow have to do with this video? And didn't she die in Endgame? Ray the Guardian, the counter to Captain America for the Russians. Also adopted father of both Black Widows. But, where are we going? Yelena Belova? I ain't really got shit for her. She's the second Black Widow. That's it. You're really testing my knowledge right now. Milena Voskov? Are you just saying random ass characters' names? Hell, you didn't even pronounce that shit right. Moon Knight. Nigga not... The nigga has nothing to do with this whatsoever. And Taskmaster. Okay, what do all these people have in common? You know what else Taskmaster has been in? Marvel Spiderman, PS4. But the nigga's relegated to a side mission. Marvel Spiderman, developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, released on September 7th, 2018 for the PS4, and later re-released as a remastered version on November 12th, 2020 for the PS5. The game follows the adventure of Peter Parker, who is an 8-year veteran of being Spider-Man. The game involves a plethora of Spidey's rogue gallery, in which he must find the strength to beat them. How does Black Widow fit into this? Into any of this? Besides her name being named after that damn spider. You gonna answer that? Alright, that's enough backstory. Let's get into the game. Run it! The game starts off with having to create a new game plus save, which carries over all upgrades obtained. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I wasn't about to restart this entire game with a regular ass save. I spent hours collecting every suit, unlocking every upgrade, stopping all crime. Now I'll be damned to do it all over again. Alright, minute ran over. Let's restart and run it from the top. Alright, for real. The game starts off with the introduction of Peter's place, with items such as pictures, police scanners. Hold up, this nigga has the Amazing Fantasy issue number 15, which is the introduction of Spider-Man in his room. So question, how does that work in this realm? Like, is Spider-Man still Peter Parker or nah? And yes, I understand it's supposed to be an Easter egg, but still, I keep questioning it. Oh, and the PS4 Easter egg? I like it. Nice and simple. Dirty ass nigga. Ugh, this nigga poor. I see why he ain't my top hero. Spider-Man is woken up by the news that the police are finally going to take down Wilson Fisk, in which he joins in on by helping the police handle his security. Fun fact, in the original PS4 version of this game, this henchman doesn't have the Fisk logo or word or whatever it's called on his chest. Damn, these niggas on the truck home? They strong. Pushing forward, Spider-Man enters the building and does a variety of tasks, such as climbing inside the elevator shaft, stopping Fisk from deleting his servers, rescuing people, fighting goons with rocket launchers, and fighting a group of officers that was on Fisk's payroll, all before actually getting towards Fisk.
Get the chopper ready. I won't be long. I'm surprised you made it this far. But your foolishness ends now.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Battling toe-to-toe against Fisk and his goons, Spider-Man comes out on top victorious. I ain't gonna lie, I be forgetting that Fisk is just a regular ass nigga. Especially when he be throwing Spider-Man through walls and surviving being sent through floors. Oh, and while we're on the topic of Wilson Fisk, who do you like him going against? Spider-Man or Daredevil? Me personally, I like it better when he goes against Daredevil. Yeah, comment that down below. And while y'all down there, shit, hit that like and subscribe, you know, stop being stingy. While being called away, Fisk makes the prediction that the city will want him back within a month. But Peter, I'm calling this nigga Peter from now on, I'm tired of writing the word Spider-Man down in this damn script, ignores him and keeps it pushing. Arriving to his job at the lab, late, the project fails right as the committee director arrives for evaluation. After fixing the problem, which is presented as a minigame similar to the Bioshock minigame, honestly, this mission is just introduction to the puzzles in this game. Peter leaves, getting a call from Yuri, who is the police contact for Peter. Basically, just think of her like how Jim Gordon is to Batman. Spider-Man arrives and learns that the surveillance system is down, and he has to, I'm gonna stop right here. This is another collectible that unlocks a sector of the map. Again, basically like Assassin's Creed, climbing towers to synchronize to unlock part of the map. Oh, also, he stops the crime, I guess. While unlocking towers, Peter finally, again, more collectibles. This time, backpacks that he left all around the city, which makes me question, how much did this nigga spend on backpacks? Because there are easily over 20 collectibles for backpacks, so how many backpacks does this nigga go through?
If you design his equipment, you're bound to be a target too.
Yeah.
Don't worry, your secret's safe. Well, I'll leave you to it.
That should do it.
Oh my god, this nigga got the Spider 12s on.
Whoa! Look at the new drill! Look at the drill!
After upgrading the fit, Yuri informs this is a side activity that sees Peter fight waves of enemies. So we about to skip this shit. Passing through, Peter taking pictures of building collectibles. Skip! While traversing the city, Peter is contacted by Martin Lee, a man that leads the feast place that Peter's aunt is working at, and who's throwing a secret party for her. Peter is later called by Yuri, who asks him to investigate a silent alarm at an auction house, holding some of Fitz's stuff. I know in the voicemail, she said that she didn't want to make a scene if it was nothing, but ain't this what police is for? Like, Spider-Man shouldn't be needed here. Like, this seems like a regular NYPD type job. Anyways, the silent alarm is real, and after telling Yuri what is happening, Pete goes in and does his thing.
Buddy, if I had a nickel for every don't move.
Hey, Pete.
MJ? What are you doing here?
Same as you. Working. At least, I was.
Oh, I think this is yours.
Yeah, thanks.
So Robbie's got you covering a break-in for the Bugle?
Well, Robbie doesn't technically know I'm here. And it wasn't a break-in until a few minutes ago.
Huh?
Let me explain.
And so begins the first of a few sucky missions. And I don't care if they move the plot along, fuck them. But since we're here, let's do this quickly. Mary Jane finesses her way into the auction house, snoops around, finds some more documents to something called Devil's Breath, then the masked men attack. Batman takes most of them out using stealth. Batman? I meant Spider-Man. Why the fuck I say Batman? Before MJ could leave, she is caught, and which allows for the masked men to take the file regarding Devil's Breath. Peter then fights them off, including a new enemy variant. Knocking them all out, Peter takes one of the masks to Martin Lee, who has a degree with regards to art. But before this happens, Pete takes MJ out to dinner. I'm gonna give it a stack. I really don't give a flying fuck about this nigga's relationship with MJ. And the only reason why I put this in the video is due to Stan Lee. May his legacy live on. Thankfully, the scene is interrupted when cops' cars pass the place. Pete follows, and along the way finds out from Yuri that Shocker is on the loose.
Hi, Herman.
Seriously?
Stopping Shocker, Peter suspects that someone is backing Shocker due to the upgrades to his suit. Pete then meets and shows Martin Lee the mask, and Martin Lee warns him that the mask could be connected to dangerous people, and that he should tell MJ to back off. Yep, this nigga getting off the vibe of being the leader of them, or at the very least, being part of the organization, and because he's Asian. That didn't come out right, but that's kind of like the biggest reason I thought he was part of the organization when I first played it. And surprisingly, the second one wasn't like is that messed up? Because the second person that I thought would be like part of the organization is Yuri, because he's Asian. That sounds so fucking horrible. I'm gonna cut this shit out. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave it in. I apologize. Peter, arriving late as usual, walks in on Dr. Ock. I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like writing this nigga whole name, so we better use abbreviation of his villain name. We ain't gonna use his villain name, but we're gonna use something similar to his villain name. Y'all gonna have to deal with that. Helping a veteran try on a prosthetic arm. I mean, you gotta hand it to him. Dr. Ock had good intentions, but the scene is cut short when the city spins the block on the pair and declares his lab to be a safety hazard.
But I've had a breakthrough.
Thank you for your great service to our country. These folks will escort you to Oscorp Robotics, where you'll receive the latest in prosthetics. No charge.
This isn't about safety infractions, is it?
I'm trying to help you, Otto. You're free to continue your work in a secure environment.
At Oscorp.
You always were the smartest guy in the room.
Now, on a serious topic, the demise that Dr. Ock has for Norman is displayed here, and after Norman leaves, Dr. Ock recommends to Peter that he finds a new job. Peter, reflecting on Norman, remembers Harry had asked him to look after some... I'm gonna stop you right there, Playboy. These are more side activities, so we skipping this shit. While patrolling the city, Yuri hits Peter's line and tells him that the Shocker has just escaped, thanks to the help of a mind control guard, and is robbing a bank in which Peter stops, noting that Shocker seemed to be desperate, and more than likely working with the demon gang, the masked men that Peter fought off at the auction house. Just a reminder. Speaking on the demons, Yuri also informs Pete that they are taking over a lot of Fisk's property, which leads Peter to taking down one of Fisk's caches. Dropping all of Fisk's men, Peter is greeted by Officer Jefferson Davis that brings a warrant, which allows for the pair to enter the building. Entering, the two find secret doors, one of which leads to an underground tunnel. I'm gonna be honest, if Spider-Man is helping, who's doing most of the work? Like, you could have just asked Spider-Man to do it himself, but I guess you wanted to be useful. That's actually considerate. I like Jefferson. He cool. Continuing, the duo finds the cache to be already empty, and the demons getting ready to leave. How strong is this nigga in this universe? Like, he's dead ass stopping 2 trucks with both arms.
Great, now the 3 decides to run on time.
Oh no, Truckoon! Damn, Peter was about to get Isekai turned around if it wasn't for Officer Davis. MJ manages to get close enough to Officer Davis to get an exclusive interview. With the event finally being over, Peter goes home. This nigga just got evicted, and the whole mission is him going location to location looking for his shit. This is why I can't stand this nigga Spider-Man as a character. Like, not only does this nigga have powers, but he's also super duper smart. Like, top 5 in MCU smart. Top 10. At least. But for some reason, this nigga can never seem to have money. You know what? Not even have money. To not be poor as fuck. Like, this nigga is the definition of a college student, even though he's not in college. As Pete tries to find a place to sleep, he is contacted by Collectible Skip. Oh, and also, any other collectibles that come up, we hit them bitch with skips. Off rip. Pete is able to crash at Aunt May's office at Feast. Martin Leaf comes in and says that he is leaving for personal reasons. Yeah, this nigga a villain. Arriving at Fisk's construction location, Peter finds the demons there killing Fisk's men. Saving one of Fisk's men, Pete is able to get in contact with Fisk, who says that if Spider-Man is able to keep his men safe, he might tell him who the boss is of the demons. After saving his men, after finding a new enemy type, which is the Brute, Fisk arrests Pete to the top of the unfinished building, where he finds and chases a helicopter.
Oh, come on.
No!
As cool as this set piece is, and the chase along with it, I just realized how much Spider-Man be fucking up the entire city. Like, there has been multiple instances of him and his foes fucking up the entire city, from the bank all the way to the beginning with Fisk, and now this. This nigga might just be a menace, I'm just saying. After taking care of the helicopter, Peter meets up with MJ at the rally, being held by Norman in honor of Officer Davis, which is cut short by an attack. Damn, they got the backpacks on them. They must have went school shopping. But on a for real note, I love this scene. Lee didn't want to kill Norman since he wanted to make him suffer, which was like he used one of his suicide bombers to tell him to go take a call. He used this black dude that tells him, look, he tells him to go away. Then he's a bomber. I like that. Taking control of Miles, who tries to find his father. Why is this nigga Peter knocked out? Like, he's taking worse hits. Hell, he even took a rocket to the face. Oh, well, at least in my playthrough. He should be relatively okay. Miles, after saving his mother, goes to find his father, but is almost killed by a demon who spares him due to Lee telling them it's time to go. Miles is left cradling his dead father.
I know what you're going through. That's what you were gonna say, right? Or it all gets easier with time. Don't worry. It's part of God's plan.
I'm sorry, I was just
Trying to help. I know.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him.
With the research for MJ, Pete is given a location and the information of Lee's power, which is corruption. Arriving, dropping the demons on watch and breaking and entering. Not gonna lie, this nigga Peter high-key be committing this crime like it's nothing. To the point that it took me a minute to even realize what he was doing to begin with was illegal. Peter finds evidence of a planned attack against Norman offices and of a second address. Before arriving, Pete contacts Yuri, informing of the attacks. See how casual he is about it? He don't even care. Entering, Pete finds more hideouts, side activities, and an invoice for parts of a vehicle. Leaving, Peter is attacked by a new demon enemy that uses whips. This nigga's kinky.
Hey! That's not how we do things! Down!
Code SM1.
Whoa! Before we do this, who the hell are you guys?
Code SM1. Code SM1. Holding for orders. Copy Code SM1. I have a visual. Hold for Silverburn.
A new security force, Sable International, headed by Silver Sable, is added to the city by the request of the mayor. Peter, knowing he can't do nothing with that, decides to go and check on Lee's office at Feast. Breaking into his office, Pete finds a note where Lee confesses, and after doing some detective work, finds a secret room with Devil Breath folder. Upon escaping, Pete runs to Lee, but is broken up by Aunt May. Lee was like to Pete, you better mind your
damn motherfucking business, bitch!
When will you be back?
As Lee leaves, he gets some of the homeless to try and beat up Peter. That's a wild sentence, I ain't gonna lie. Who then informs Yuri of the evidence at Feast and of Devil's Breath. Dr. Ock calls Peter and tells him to come in. He has to show him something.
Damn it! This is all your fault, Norman, you son of a...
Well, I know who you're not voting for in the next election.
Nigga!
I have a habit of making bad jokes in tense situations.
Dr. Ott tells Pete the backstory between him and Norman, discussing how Norman was doing unethical experiments. Leaving, Pete goes on patrol, waiting for MJ to arrive home from the store. Side note, this game has a good amount of downtime, which allows you to get collectibles or do something of that nature before the mission is available, so you can't really run through the story. So you can't run through the story too fast. Meeting up with MJ, she explains what she found at the location Peter gave her. First off, this nigga's stupid because he knows this bitch is nosy and that she gonna put herself in danger. Second off, fuck these levels.
Such a disappointment.
Man, you alright. You gonna be fine. Just walk it. Never mind. Treat his ass like.
Hey, you. Finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush. Same as
MJ finds schematics of a truck and some trackers. Cutting back to the present, Pete gives her some tech to use when she does that stupid shit again. The pair are interrupted when Pete gets word of a break-in regarding Oscorp CFO, Charles Standish.
Wait. You don't think this has anything to do with Lee, do you?
Sorry to cook and run.
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
Where do you want me to,
Just the couch is fine.
See you later?
Yeah.
Saving Charlie, he informs Pete that Norman has been pouring money into Devil's Breath. After finding a name of a scientist who worked on it, the duo is forced to flee from an attacking helicopter and survive a fall in the elevator shaft.
Gotcha. You okay?
Yeah.
At least he didn't end up like one. Afterward, Stable takes Charlie into their custody. While on patrol, Yuri asks, but before you skip, look at the mission title.
What's in the box?
Oh, and these collectibles are connected to the Taskmaster, who's also in Black Widow, the movie that's about to drop this week. Go see it. Or not, I don't really care. Yeah, this is the only reason why she is in the description at all. Also why I decided to cover Spider-Man this week. At the party, Peter finds Dr. Delaney.
The lizard in the lab coat.
Damn, he fucking it up. But it's too late when the demons manages to drag him into the science building. Don't worry, Pete gonna save. God damn it, Peter, you had one job. Before Laney ended his subscription to life, he gives Lee a name of another scientist, Morgan Michaels, the head researcher of Devil's Breath, and leaves. But to make sure Spider-Man doesn't catch him, he transforms people to slow him down. While all his victims look like they got too much Nakasima on their face. Like they just need to wipe that shit off. After telling Yuri to look for the scientist, she tells him that the Sable agent has taken him, but won't say where. MJ calls and tells Pete that Norman went to Fisk and asks him to make a secret lab. And with this, Peter goes to break into Oscorp building. Getting access to the computer, Peter finds out that GR-27 was intended to cure genetic diseases, but in its current state, is nothing but a bioweapon, which is why it is nicknamed Devil's Breath. Pete also learns that Michael keeps the only sample on him. MJ decides to sneak into the Sable encampment, along the way finding evidence of dead scientists and Sable safe houses. She reaches Charlie and gets that Michael is being moved at noon the next day from him, and that something's happening at Grand Central, but before he could tell, which causes an argument between Pete and MJ about Pete treating her like she's hopeless.
You know, this is exactly why we broke up.
I'm gonna be honest, when she said she wasn't made of glass and she handled herself, like, what is this bitch talking about? In Peter's world, she's just a regular ass. She's just more of like his Achilles heel, just kind of weak, at least in fighting wise and protecting herself wise. Returning to the lab, Dr. Ock shows Pete the progress that he has made and explains to Peter that he has a disorder that causes muscles to become useless due to Dr. Ock's recklessness during his youth. While on his way to feast for Miles' first day, Peter saves Miles from some thugs and teaches him how to throw a punch. Why is this nigga walking into random alleys? Like even the criminals are asking this nigga, like, what is he doing here? Miles arrives at his first day at feast after sneaking past some Sable guards. First off, this nigga's out here doing hacking and stealth and shit. This nigga damn near Aiden Pierce. Second off, his mom kinda fucked up. Like he just saw his dad get buried like 2-3 days ago, and she gave his ass 2 choices: to get a job or more therapy. Mind you, Jeff was scattered everywhere not even 2 weeks prior, so that's, I don't know, that's kind of messed up in my opinion. But hey, people heal in different ways, I guess. Pete leaves to check on how movement of Michaels is going along, which is horrible thanks to the demons attacking. After a chase involving Spider-Man, the demons, and Sable agents, the demons manage to get away with the Devil's Breath.
My fault. He was under your protection. You really need 2 of those?
I'm tired of seeing my mans taking all these type of L's. In the next game, can y'all please have this man stop being bitched like this? After obtaining info from Yuri, Peter tracks down the vehicle that the demons used to escape in, but finds it empty. Switching perspective over to MJ, she is... I said switching over to MJ. She... You ain't gonna say anything right now? Oh, surprisingly, I actually like this MJ section. Mainly because you get to take out enemies with the help of Peter, so yeah. You can go on though. I hate you, nigga. Anyways, at Grand Central, MJ finds a device on display that disperses stuff, and is then taken hostage with everyone else by the demons. Peter then arrives, and the pair works together to take out the demons and deactivate the device.
MJ, did you make it out?
Yeah, everyone's safe.
Good job.
Hey, Peter.
Why he die like that? You got me out here looking bad. Catching up to Lee, they fight in a train, and after switching trains, Peter finally drops Lee.
That totally worked last time. Yuri, they still doing construction on 42nd and 1st?
Street's closed for another month. Why?
Golly, how much fucking damage is this nigga gonna be responsible for in this damn city? Like, my man just derailed an entire train to rule the ground. Meeting up with Dr. Ock, Peter sees what the doctor has been working on. At this point, I'm calling him Doc Ock. Nigga better go stupid with the evilness. While checking on Aunt May, Peter learns that the truck delivering the Devil's Breath was attacked and the substance was taken. But before he could do anything, Yuri picks him up on a helicopter and tells him that the prisoners of Riker has been let loose and are about to be on mainland at any moment. Oh no, what a shocking twist of events! After fighting and chasing villains, mainly Electro, Pete is surrounded and gets jumped by the Sinister 5. 6, 7, however many people there is, depending on how you see it.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back!
Peter is then disregarded into the water by Doc Ock and is picked up by Yuri. I'm gonna be honest, I would have been ran away. He could barely hold his own against some of them by themselves. But now he getting jumped by all of them. Yeah, he didn't think that through. While Peter was being saved, Dr. Ock released the Devil's Breath, causing 500,000 people to get infected within a day. Maybe put the mask on beforehand, because it looks like you're breathing shit in. And yeah, I don't think you want to breathe that in. With a day worth of rest, Peter is back up and running, not having to deal with the escaped inmates and Sable coming after him. First order of business is saving 2 precincts being attacked by Electro and the Rhino. Peter is forced to quickly rush over to a feast building that is on fire and rescue Aunt May and Miles, who are both trapped inside. I'm gonna be honest, this whole situation is stupid as hell. This nigga Peter could have easily webbed both of them, then just left. And if he couldn't, why is this nigga acting like it's so hard for him to keep up this damn wooden support, the floor below him? Like, nigga, we seen you lift train tracks through the ground. Actually, above ground, into the street above. Like, what are you doing? You stronger than this. Being saved by MJ and Miles, Peter starts delegating work, getting MJ to find the serum for the Devil's Breath, and for Miles to be the eyes and ears of Feast. Peter gets to stopping the villains. Peter goes to ground zero of the outbreak and tracks it back to Doc Ock's hideout, finding different items meant to fulfill each of the villains' wishes. Peter finds a map of locations that are going to get hit by the villains. But the hideout is destroyed, trying to kill Spider-Man, which fails. Peter is then grabbed by Vulture and brought to Electro, in which he drops both of them. When you try to take a 30-minute nap, but instead wakes up 8 hours later, all discombobulated and shit. Investigating one of the locations, Peter is poisoned by Scorpion, and has to find and create a cure. Along the way, he has hallucinations of Doc Ock and Scorpion tales. This nigga off the jiggers. But on a serious note, this was a unique level, testing your ability to traverse the environment. I like it. Wish there was more. After being cured, Peter checks on Aunt May. This transition, he plays Miles, he gets the medicine he came for, then leaves. Okay. He also pretends to be a hero, hippity hoppity, this nigga gonna become the Black Spider-Man. Okay. Everything's covered. Miles tells Peter what happened, and Peter goes off to stop the Rhino at the Harlem Center. Arriving, Peter handles both Rhino and Scorpion. Transitioning over to MJ, she breaks into Norman's apartment, finds out Harry was sick, finds out where the lab is with the serum, witnesses why Martin Lee hates Norman, busting big nuts, gets a spider that gives Miles his powers, and then challenges her inner Hannah Baker in his cover. Arriving at the location, Peter and Silver Sable call a truce and goes after Lee that has been captured by Norman. Beating Lee and having his serum in hand, Peter is damn near killed by Doc Ock, who takes the serum and Norman. Peter is taken by Silver Sable and Dr. Michaels to the feed shelter to go get patched up. Damn, Miles pulled a Davy Poe on that table. He said, after having a pep talk with MJ, also Miles gets bitten by the spider. Peter goes and creates a new suit to be Doc Ock. Ooh, look at the drip!
Look at the new drill! Look at the drill!
Doc Ock tries to get Norman to confess, but Norman ain't no bitch. He gonna talk his shit.
The truth. Okay. The truth is, you were only ever worth a damn when you worked for me. The truth is, you could never accept that I'm better than you. You're a failure, Otto, and you always will be.
Pete, after saving Norman, goes toe-to-toe with Octavius. Halfway through, Doc Ock reveals to Peter that he knew that he was Spider-Man all along. And Peter,
not more than it means,
goes off. Nigga said, fuck being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It's just a hood Spider-Man right now.
more.
Snatch this shit. Acquiring the serum, Doc Ock tries to blackmail him with the secret of his identity. But Peter hit him with the, do what you have to do, and leaves. Arriving at the feed shelter, Peter is torn between saving his sick aunt or saving the other sick people. In the end, he decides that saving the majority is the best thing to do. Ain't gonna lie, I didn't see this ending coming. It's like the end of Arkham City when Joker dies. Shit just caught me by surprise, and I was happy. 3 months pass by, and MJ and Pete relationship is going in a positive direction.
He happy as hell! We got the ass!
After a dope ass credit scene, Miles shows Peter he has developed spider powers. And after the end of the long credit, shit took 40 fucking minutes. And I'm the type of person to not skip credits because it adds to the experience of finishing games. But that shit was kind of tough to sit through. I ain't gonna lie, I was on my phone scrolling and shit, watching, almost on Twitch too. My god, that shit was tough to sit through. I don't know. Oh, Norman is shown with Harry, who was in the tank in the secret lab, apologizing to Harry, who was covered in a symbiote, more than likely Venom. So who's ready for the second game? Not the Miles Morales one. Spider-Man 2. I'm ready for it. I'm fiending for it. Well, that's it. Marvel Spider-Man. In the end, not really much to say about the game, as this is a Spider-Man game to its core. From unique collectibles all the way to having random crimes occur that you can stop. Honestly, just like the Arkham games, everything feels appropriate for this world. Nothing feels out of place. The relationship of Peter Parker is a very important one to Spider-Man. In this game, it knows that aspect very well. In my mind, there are 3 main relationships in this game. The first one being MJ and Peter. I'm gonna be honest, I kinda hated that shit. Probably due to Peter acting like he's still in high school and not expressing himself to the fullest. And the other half is MJ being like she's untouchable. Prime example is her sneaking into the Sable base or to Norman's apartment. It's like they don't speak to each other. like adults. Well, I guess that's kind of the point of the characters, just to show that adulting isn't easy. The second relationship being between Otto and Peter, watching as these two are torn apart by the choices of Otto, and Peter coming to struggle over what to do with his former mentor, whether he should try to help him or, you know, back that nigga up, get that nigga out the paint, you know. The third one being between Aunt May and Peter. While not as president, you can tell that May cares for her son like nephew, and that all she wants is the best for him. So yeah, there was oh shit, I just thought of two more. Hold on. Okay, so I don't see how I forgot this, but I got to say, which are Yuri and Peter. I'm gonna keep it a bean. These two chemistries are unmatched in this entire game. Like, they were the best pair. They were kind of the best part about this. The way they share a banner between each other is exceptional. And I think that part of this, or most of this, is due to the fact that the two voice actors are actually married in real life. So, fun fact, I guess. Yeah, I love their interaction with each other. And the last relationship doesn't even involve Peter at all. Instead, it involves Wilson Fisk and the whole of New York, and how all these events occurred due to him going to prison. It just shows how well involved / deep Wilson Fisk is to the city, at least to the underworld. Not the underworld, but the criminal world of New York. The combat, while fun, was a little bit too hard for my liking, until I discovered that you needed to use gadgets, at least in the first half. Well, in the beginning. Okay, I'm comparing it to the Arkham games again. In the Arkham games, the use of gadgets aren't required in combat sessions for both regular first time play and New Game Plus. While for Spider-Man, you don't need the gadgets for New Game Plus, but they are kind of required for the, at least for the beginning of like a new game, like a fresh new game, not New Game Plus, because I require regular play. Yeah, we're gonna call it regular play. The first starting the game, regular play. Oh, also know I play regular play. You know, the first time I played it on normal, and I played the New Game Plus mode. Where I got this footage from, on the hardest difficulty, which I think is spectacular or ultimate or some shit like that, some variant. And I found the New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty to be far easier than the first time I played. So vice versa. I don't know why. Maybe because the upgrades. I think it's the upgrades that really help you. The story was good. If you know a little bit about comics, you can easily see most of the twists coming, except for the ending. Speaking about the ending, let's talk about it. Aunt May dies. Shit, call me a blind porn star. Because I didn't see that shit coming at all. I know y'all sick of me comparing this game to the Arkham series, but I have to do it just one last time. So the ending of this game reminded me of Arkham City, in which the Joker dies. Well, you might be wondering, what does the Joker's death and Aunt May's death do anything with each other, other than them dying? But that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why they are similar, because it is expected that either would die. Because in like the movies, comics, games, well, besides those two, most of the time these are characters that you expect to keep living, because they're just so like, it's like fucking killing Alfred from Batman. It's like it happens, but it don't happen all the time. So I think it's their unexpected. I think it's the fact that I went into both games not expecting the characters that died to die. So it was just kind of a shocker. Cause like, oh wow, they killed Aunt May? They killed Joker? Like what? That's crazy. I just hella ranted for like 40 seconds. Oh my god. All in all, this is a game that should be played at least once in your life. It's enjoyable. Alright, video over. I might come back to complete the Heist, Turf Wars, and Silver Lining DLC. All a part of the City That Never Sleeps expansion pass. Oh, I also might play through the Spider-Man, Miles Morales later on. I make no promises though. The game isn't that long, I'm gonna be honest. The only reason why I decided to play Spider-Man is to get on that Black Widow wave, so more people can see the video. So yeah, if you're new, subscribe, nigga. Like, what you doing, B? Like, you see me out here. I got 3 videos and spent like like 2 months, but it was supposed to be 4, but you know what happened. No, you don't. Let me tell you. So I was working on the 2 other projects that I can't put out right now since I don't got the hardware for it that can sustain it. So they're kind of on the back burner right now. So yeah, I guess that's the update. Yeah, so if you made it this far to the end of the video, you might have liked it. So why don't you hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good shit. And while you're here, you know, go watch some of my other videos. You know, I got 2 up right now. Yeah, they're right here on the screen. You touch them, touch them. Treat them like a Catholic priest and an underage schoolboy. Oh my fucking god, that's horrible, nigga. Oh my god, that's fucking horrible. I don't think I could put this in. I might be going I think that joke kind of crossed the line. Can you be canceled? Can you be canceled if you haven't started yet? Is that a possibility? Fuck it, we'll see. I hope not, though. Alright, that's enough. I'm out. The galaxy needs me. Goodbye.